Okay, once that's live. Okay. So we need a setting up stream sign. Wait, is that a setting up stream sign? Yeah, that's way better than doing it myself.
Send me away via subspace. Beam me a message from home. Cast me a hello in hollow. Tell me I'm not all alone. The corridors are narrow and the rations miss the mark as we fly like Xeno's arrow past the sparkles in the dark. I think of home and what I miss is picnics in the park. Oh, send me away via subspace. Tap me a line or two, because though we grow distantly, relativistically, I'm coming home to you.
Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. We are... wait, am I recording? No, I'm streaming. Anyway guys, welcome to the pre-stream entertainment. I hope you enjoyed the music. I hope you greeted each other warmly. Welcome Beanie, Peter, Endy, Sadel, other people, Ozthoth, me. Glad to have you guys. Okay, what we are gonna do today is we are gonna record an intro to this next episode. Welcome Pig. The next episode is gonna be a little bit different, and so what we're gonna need is to think about things in advance, which is not always my strong point. Whoops, as evidenced there. Let's go ahead and take some of these crafting benches, turn them into furnaces. Now, one thing, or there's a few pieces of what I'm going to attempt to do here. One, I'm going to attempt to mine diagonally toward the end of there. Now, that is going to require doing some slope work. Slope work, as you guys know, is mathematically complex and dependent on coordinates. Luckily, I found a piece of paper that says false double monster and a bunch of other weird stuff in here, like iZombie135 and Doc the Zell. I can write on this paper the coordinates of where I am now, which is... so this is the screen portal. And the screen portal, we're at 91, negative 77. And we are going to all the way down here. And what we want to do is we want to mine diagonally, I think, toward that. Haven't worked out exactly the details, but just hear me out. I think we would want to start about here. Right, so, and this is 15, or 16, negative 94. And let's see. Okay, good, the tweet announcement has gone out. So, the slope on this, if we're going... Okay, 91 minus... let's just calculate this with the actual calculator and not screw it up. So, we need to do some math, which is always fun. 91 minus 15 is 76. And negative 77 minus... oops. Negative 77 minus... dang it, clear all. Negative 77 minus negative 94 is 17. So we need to... we have a slope of like 76 over 17. 76 divided by 17 is 4.5. So basically, every 4.5 blocks we go this way, we want to go over 1 that way, right? That makes sense. So we're going to put a thing here that says slope 4.5. Done. Next, we need to get the coordinates from here, which is 15, negative 90, negative 100. Hey, welcome, Resident Virus. And yeah, I do have a Discord, but it's for patrons on patreon.com/JoeHills. We want to cut over to here with that, and these coordinates are 86, 130. 86, negative 130. Okay, so that's 30, and 86 minus 16 is going to be 70. 70 over 30 is 2.3. So every 2.3 blocks, we're going to want to cut over here, which means we need another sign. Let's grab another sign. I'm going to grab this one in particular. Also, we're going to eat some potatoes. Okay. Running back here. Slope of so for every 7 blocks we go this way, we need to go 3 that way. And a slope of 4.5 is like for every 9 blocks we go this way, we need to go 2 that way. So we've worked that out. Okay. Yeah, thank you for clicking like. Hey, welcome, Chris Waite. Welcome, Aestival Dwarf. And welcome, Plain Student 285. I cannot invite you. This is an invite-only server, and I do not control the invites. But I am playing with Mumbo Jumbo, False Symmetry, and Impulse SV at the moment. So, hey, and Michi, glad to have you today. And every day. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to first open the episode by expanding this out triangularly. And this is not going to be super mathematically methodical, but we do need to figure it out. Is False live, like, right over here? Maybe you don't have to choose between us. Maybe she's, like, right next to me. No, she's clearly not. Okay. But she might have been. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to start by talking about this tunnel. And I'm trying to decide whether we want to start by talking about this tunnel back there, or we want to start by talking about this tunnel right here. Actually, right here. Okay. So, also, as a side note, let me mute the mic real quick so I can adjust it. Also, as a side note, Hermit Skies is a new series that I'm doing. It's a modded series, and if you'd like to help make it ad-free, every dollar that I receive via PayPal during these streams will go toward making an upcoming episode of that ad-free. I've run into a lot of trouble with YouTube unmonetizing my videos lately, so that is hitting my revenue pretty hard. So you guys, that is a helpful way to support me, is to tip via PayPal, or to just jump in on the Patreon at patreon.com/JoeHills as well. So, anyway, the PayPal should be in the description. Let me verify that real quick. Wait, why is... Dang it. Okay. Apparently the YouTube thing was showing a live feed of what I was doing, which I don't actually need to be observing. That's wasting bandwidth right there. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to paste the PayPal in the chat. If anybody wants to tip, you are welcome to. And then we are going to get going. Okay. And we are ready to record. Facecam off. Start recording. Transition to overworld. Actually, I'm not sure about that. Let's see. Yeah, I think I want to start in the overworld. That's going to be how we start the episode. Tell me I'm not all alone. Corridors are narrow and the rations miss the mark as we fly like Xeno's arrow past the sparkles in the dark. And when I think of home, I miss the picnics in the park. Send me a wave via subspace. Okay, here we are on top of here. We started an episode on top of here recently. Let's start it. Whoa. Let's start it over. Whoa. Up. And here, maybe. Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here. Not excited enough. Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and I've been thinking more about my nether hub. And sometimes when I start thinking about things, I start thinking about other things because I don't have good focus. But you know what I realized? I was like, what should I do with the walls of my nether hub? And I was looking at it, and I was like, well, the floors are this blue. Maybe I should do something that works well with this blue. And then I was like, I wanted to have something that reflects the rest of the bay or some other elements of the bay. What do I have that reflects the other elements of the bay? And I started thinking about it more and more. And what I've decided is I think I want to do nether brick squares that hold like colored glass panes. And I don't want them to be exactly the same as these. These are just like 8x8 squares with two thick kind of diagonals, and I want to do something a little bit different from that, but I'm not sure how much different. And in the process of doing that, I'm going to need to obviously make even more glass, but I'm also going to need more nether brick, because look at this. This is an insufficient quantity of nether brick to really aggressively solve this problem. So why don't we hop down here? As you can see, nether brick supplies across the board. They're oh, found an extra one. Well, that solved that problem. Anyway, so I figure what we want to do is we want to go back to our nether hub and start cooking some netherrack. Luckily, there's lava downstairs, so that won't be too much of a problem. But then I was like, well, what am I going to do while I wait for all this netherrack to cook? And I realized that I've also got another problem where this wall here and this wall here really, they need something. And I was trying to figure out what that something is, and I realized it's basically this wall needs to cut diagonally toward the tunnel. And I did some math on this. Basically, to actually get the slope right, it would need to be, at least coming from this direction, like 4.5. Like, you want to know what 4.5 looks like? Let's come down here. Basically, I would alternate between a 4-block and a 5-block slope as I cut in. Watch. So we start here and we say, let's say this is block number 1, right? This is it, block number 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're here, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we cut in again, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go in again, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it just kind of keeps going on and on like that for a while. And there is something fun and mathematically great about cutting through all this and having it mathematically precise, but there's also something time-consuming about it that will satisfy the immediate problem of, hey, how long is it going to take to cook all this netherrack? The answer, a long time. Way too much time. So, we also need to have a place to cook all the netherrack that's going to be loaded. And I started thinking about this. Maybe I don't want to have this little mini base right here if I'm about to hew through it all and cut it all up. So, let's go ahead and move these furnaces somewhere less in the way for the time being. I think in the grand tradition of the furnace house, we will create a furnace portal because, you know, it's awesome looking. It's incomplete, just like everything we do, because, you know, nothing can ever be truly perfect. But yeah, so we can just go ahead and start feeding netherrack into this. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to run downstairs with these buckets and actually gather the materials to do all this, but I can do that in a time skip. So anyway, here we go. Time skip. Stop recording. Camera on. So this episode is probably going to take multiple days to record. So what I was doing right now is I'm setting it up so I can record, or I can do some of this digging and stuff off camera. So let's go ahead and allocate ourselves another 5 minutes just for getting this stuff all spun up. And some of this coal here. 8. And we're going to have some lava buckets too, but for right now, it doesn't hurt to start getting this going. 8. So, welcome, Yuri. Glad to have you. Welcome, Moisen. Yeah, I'm just kind of switching between recording mode and streaming mode as I go. That's kind of part of what I do. So, I can grab these now, put these here. Whoops. And put the extra obsidian there for right now. Extra dark oak. We got a lot of things, basically. So, putting all that up. Okay. Freeze up our inventory for the important things. Like the lava that we need to not burn ourselves to death with. So, there. Any extra slots in any of these? No, of course not. Mango tech. That's funny. Where's the way down? Oh yeah, here it is. Go grab all that lava. Do. Okay, so we'll go pick up the lava now, because it's easier to do with the mouse and keyboard. I'll probably do the second half of this with my laptop on the trackpad. Okay, great. 6 buckets of lava. That should hold me over. And I want to get generally started on the digging out part. Do. So how are you guys doing today? Anybody have anything? Nope, Alex, I am not gonna type /clear chat. I have learned from that mistake. That is definitely something I will not do again. I'm too smart now. I'm all grown up. I've seen the terror that can create, and I've learned from it. Okay. So, here we go. Got our furnaces burning. Excuse me. My stomach's been a little off all day. Don't know what's up with that. Okay, so for right now, should we go ahead, you think, and create a... Maybe we should create more chests or something for... Or hoppers. I don't want to do hoppers. I'm lazy. Okay, so... Dark oak planks. Cool. Whoa, did not mean to throw that down there. Okay. So now... Hey, welcome, Alex. Okay. So... we need to kind of cut in a little more here. So that was... Is this a 5-1? I'm going to need to use torches or something to mark this out. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's... Actually... Whoa, what? Keyboard? What are you doing? Flying away here. Okay, dang it. Imprecision at everything. Okay, so this is 4. Oh, am I gonna have ghasts start spawning in here? How tall does it have to be for ghasts? Does anybody know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, wait, this one is... So 4. Dang it. Thank you for the sub, Austin. 4x4 space for gas. So as long as we keep this low here, we don't have to worry about it. For right now, we'll dig this higher once we get the rest put on. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this one needs to be 5. And we are hitting a thing. Where did that happen? Was that like straight out here? That's gotta be close by. Somebody over here killing gas? I'm guessing it was you. False. Okay, so I guess false is right over there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will make sense and look better when it's actually done, believe me. Okay, so we're going to tap that real quick. Well, thank you for sticking around, Alex. I'm glad you've been enjoying the videos. Non-breaker, welcome. So we're just going to keep this 3 high right now to keep it gas-proof. But the idea is that this whole tunnel will open up more and more the further in you go. Like, this is not a tunnel in the traditional sense. This is a teardrop. Are they tears of joy? Are they tears of sorrow? I don't know. You'll have to ask Zorro, the man in the mask of great renown, who has a Z-shaped sword or something. I don't know. Didn't really think that rhymed through. Okay, so You guys are already kind of seeing the core concept of this, though. I'm hoping. So this one is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this doesn't have to be perfect, but it will help if it is. So this one's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so here we go. Great. Yeah, this is Minecraft. Welcome, Henri Lebert. Glad to have you. What am I building? I'm working on my nether hub. And I have some interesting ideas about how it should work mathematically. And I am following up on them. So, this right here is going to be another N1. Whoops. So the idea is when people are back here at the entrance, they'll actually be able to see into the hub more and more as they approach. And this particular tunnel thing, I'm going to cover with like a glass cover. Man, okay. I'm wondering, I probably should start recording the modded episode too, or I'm not going to get anywhere with that. But I like just, it's so relaxing doing this. Man, okay. People are asking about sea lanterns. The glowstone represents the rising and the setting of the sun. This is a very thematic project. Okay, so it looks like we timed this almost perfectly. But you know what, okay, so we can drop these in here. Probably should have gotten all the lava out. Okay, so we're going to drop all of these in here for right now. Okay, and in terms of coal, we still got some left over here. Not much. Wow, not much at all. Okay. Why don't I use a super smelter? Because I think this looks classy. It's a portal of industry. Okay, so let's go ahead and... Whoa, that's a bad idea. Bad idea. Did not have any blocks on my inventory. Well, that's undesirable. Let's see what we can do about this. Oh, I should have used one of those buckets. Oh well. Core concept. This is barely functional. Well, that's a different one. Dang it. I'm gonna burn to death now. Dang it. Food, 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 food. Well, yeah, I didn't burn to death. Barely. Can I get behind there? There we go. Let's eat more before we do that again. When's my next live stream? Probably tomorrow, at the same time. do these on my lunch break every day because that's the only time I have to record. Why is there so much lava in this one part right here? That's what I don't understand. That's weird. More potatoes. I make websites for medical companies and stuff for a living. And this is my lunch break. Yay. Okay, so keep eating. I will. Yay, eating. Okay, excellent. Daniel writes, wait, he isn't full-time? Well, that's what happens when you assume something. No, I am not full-time. I have a daughter, and my wife is in grad school, so money is a thing that I need to have. Because you have a lot different expenses when you are a, solo person versus somebody who has to take care of others. So that's just kind of a thing. Okay, so this actually needs to go in one here. One, two, three, four, five. And then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four, 5. Yep, and there we go. There we run into ZF's tunnel. Hope that didn't spawn down here. Okay. Okay, great. So we can dump some of this in here. Howdy, Black Flag. Bumbo is online. Okay. So we'll come back with more fuel in a bit for some of these. Okay, so place those. Place these. Place that one. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to switch back to recording mode and start recording again. Let's see, where do we want to actually start recording from? Maybe here. And we'll run and grab some of those. Okay. Well, would you look at that? That's already way more open. Now, until I actually get some glass down on the floor here, I don't want to put the ceiling too high because we'll get ghasts or whatever spawning, and that is undesirable. They need a 4x4 space. So I'm trying to make sure the ceiling in this part here is all 3 or less, or precisely 3 anyway. But yeah, look at this. This doesn't feel like a tunnel in the same way anymore. Like, we still have these cool signs. And what I'm probably going to do is still have like an archway over this center path, but have glass squares that look out into here and have some other glass. I'm still working out exactly how I want to do it. But core concept, this I think works. And we'll do the same thing over on this side. Have that pop in the same way. So here we go. Time skip. Okay, stop recording. 12:52 already, man. Yeah, we're gonna have to let's load the modded game real quick. So we're gonna switch back to face cam, main camera actually, because disconnect that. Oh wait, you can switch to. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, cameras are fun. So we gotta quit main Minecraft and then open up the Twitch launcher to launch the other one, Project Ozone Lite, which takes a few minutes. So sorry for that. Play. Okay, waiting for this. As soon as it starts loading Project Ozone, I'll switch over to that. Wow, it's really red. This is not complimentary light. Sorry, it is terrible office light. That's the way it is sometimes. Okay, so let's see, any questions from the chat while I am waiting for this to go? No, no questions. Okay, that's cool. It is easier on me that way. Also, there's a little delay, so feel free to ask any questions you guys might have while we wait for Project Ozone to launch. Okay, properties. Minecraft 1.10.2. Okay. I really hope I got all of this stuff right. I've handwritten this down. How old am I? I am 31. Thank you. I like my phone too. It actually works. My dad helped me rewire it, although I don't have a phone jack in my studio, so it doesn't matter. It's just for decoration now, but if I had a phone jack again, it would work. Hey, Barbara Gorgon. Welcome. What other questions do I have? Do you have? Do I work from home? No. This is a studio that I rent. Thanks to my Patreon patrons, I almost break even on it. Some months I do break even on it, although this month is, I don't know, crazy YouTube revenue wise, because we had some good and we had some bad. Do I plan on playing Minecraft Edition Rock? Maybe. If they release it for other operating systems besides Windows 10, because I'm not gonna install Windows 10 like ever. Any other questions? How long have I been doing my current website making job? Of about 3 years, 3.5 years, I think. Okay, multiplayer. Oh, we need to get this resized to the right size. There we go. Do I use texture packs in Minecraft? Usually not. Okay. Waiting for this to load. Great. Okay, so how am I gonna want to quest? Let's see what we got here. So we did this flint mesh, iron mesh. It's gonna be a whole thing. Lava generation. Okay, so face cam off, start recording. Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and from my sky island I look at the moon above, and I look at the stone below, and I thought to myself, you know what, Joe, I should figure out a better quest than quest. So, you know what, I hate the term millennial. Let's go with the lava generation instead. Now, I get one loot chest if I generate one lava bucket. And it tells me to melt cobblestone in a crucible. That makes sense. There's a picture of a crucible here. I get it. So, how do I make a crucible? I started to ask myself. And I pressed E to figure that out. So, you do that, you type crucible. You know, it's under Arthur Miller. And then we want unfired crucible, because the normal crucible is just a crucible that's been fired. So, we need porcelain clay. Oh man, this is like always one of those things where you need one thing, then you need another, but we got it. You need clay and bone meal. Well, luckily, I've already figured out how to make clay thanks to this, I don't know, barrel thing, where I can just put the bone meal in, then I add dust, and I get clay. Yay, excellent. But then it's like, well, so that's how I get dust, or no, that's how I get clay. So I've got 12 of those now. But in order to make this porcelain clay, I need bone meal as well. How do I get bone meal? Well, it looks like I need to go to the sieve, and I need to put dust in. So, you know, bone meal to clay, dust to dust, I don't know. Either way, we're going to throw this dust in here and do it again. I don't think I got anything out of that. Okay, we're up to 4 of the 12 porcelain clay that we're going to need. But you know what? We need to make more dust. How do we make more dust? Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Just start putting things here and then hammering at them with the tilde key held down. Boom. Dust created. And sieved away. So the first time it didn't do anything again. I feel like something might be wrong with this. But, you know, that's one of those, like, feelings that I can't entirely prove. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to hit this a bunch more times to make more of that sand. Stone hammer. Gravel. Sand. And finally dust. Now, I'm curious, maybe I have to be open-handed when I'm doing it? Oh, I got one back that time. So we are now 1 porcelain clay away from, from making our fired crucible. And let's see how that goes. Open hand when we knock this through. Hey, there we go. That's excellent. That means we can swing over here to our weird crafting bench thing, hit this unfired crucible thing, move the items, boom. Then we take this, and all we have to do is cook it. So let's just go ahead and cook this unfired crucible. I don't know if I like standing in this pit here. So you can watch this thing slowly cook if you like. Although a watched crucible never boils. Okay, so somehow we have to cook cobblestone in it. Or, so do we just put 1 cobblestone in it? Well, that's bizarre. Do we need more cobblestone? Uh-oh. Well, we're almost out of cobblestone. So, does this do a thing? Do I need a bucket? Is this hot? Okay. Well, that's an interesting puzzle. We will have to come back to this one. Okay. Needs a heat source under it. Gotcha. Don't know how to make a heat source. But you know what? My lunch break is up, so we're going to stop recording here real quick. We're going to turn the camera back on. Thank you guys for joining me today. Until next time, stream, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.